Let me just ask you, has anyone in this room ever closed the deal, got the girl, got the guy, had a great day when your confidence is down? So how do you, to start or scale your business, I've come up with what I believe are the 5 musts. And when I say the 5 musts, I want you to realize I look backwards. I've been blessed to reach this level of success, and especially when I wrote Millionaire Success Habits, I want to look back and say, what got me here? What are there's a million different things we can do, but what are, like, if I had to pick 5 things to say, without these, you can't be successful, that's what these are. Number 1, you guys hear me talk about this a lot, but I'm going to stress it again. Vision and clarity. We all know what we don't want. We all heard it, we all read about it, we've watched events, we've watched videos, that what we focus on is what? Is what we get. We know that, but still we allow our minds to figure out what we don't want and try to navigate around it. I tell this story, one of my partners, my partner Brendan Bouchard will be here tomorrow, who's amazing. Brendan and I and another partner named Ethan own a company called growth.com, amazing company. And Ethan and a bunch of dads took a whole bunch of kids whitewater rafting, a bunch of 15 to 19-year-old kids, and they get to Colorado, and it rains for like 5 days straight. Now, I'm not a whitewater rafting guy, but I guess rapids go from 1 to 5, right? If you know. And when we get there, the rapids were a 5, and all the dads are nervous. They're responsible for these kids. And Ethan's like, I think we're just going to squash it. So all of a sudden, the guide comes out. He'd been doing it for 20 years. He goes, dads, don't worry. Kids, listen up. Get in the raft. He said, we're going to get in the raft, and I'm just going to share something with you. See this finger? This is called the positive point. And if you follow the positive point, we're going to be fine. Because wherever I point to, you just look in that direction, and you paddle your guts out exactly where I point. He said, because here's the thing I know for doing this for 20 years. If I go, oh no, look, there's a downed tree. You all look, we drive into the tree, and we flip over. If we go, oh, look, there's a rock, we'll drive right into the rock. So I'll never do that. So don't focus on anything, boys, except my finger and where I point, and we'll be fine. That's life. If we point at the rock, if we focus on the downed tree, we end up upside down in the stream. Successful people, you need to know where it is you want to go and only focus on that. Doesn't matter if you get an inch away from the rock or an inch away from the waterfall. If you're focusing on where you're going to go, you just continue towards that direction. And the best way that I know how to do this, and I've shared this with you guys, but I want to share it and have you hear it in person, as I have to do this every day. Setting a vision on where you want to go is hard in today's busy world. It's like we're the road runner, the Tasmanian devil with dust around us. We're trying to figure out, set our goals, but we can't even see a foot in front of our face. Some days we just want to hit the pillow at 10 o'clock at night and go, thank God I made it through the day. How do I set goals for next year? I don't know if I can get through tomorrow. But how do we fix that? And this is the thing that's transformed the way I set goals, because I call it my vision. Is let's pretend it's a year from now, and I got this from Dan Sullivan. Let's pretend it's a year from now, and instead of looking forward to where you want to go, because a lot of the chaos is around us, let's pretend it's a year from now and you're looking backwards, and it was the best year of your life. What does that look like? Just feel it, live it inside, feel it internally, feel it in your physiology, and start writing down what the best year of your life looks like. How much money you're making? What do you look like when you wake up? How does your courage feel? How does your confidence feel? When you walk in a room, what do people say? Oh my God, did she lose weight? She cut her hair? Did she tan? Is he exercising? Like that feeling of confidence and courage. When you pretend it's a year and look back and it was the best year of your life, just start writing what that is. What does that entail? Not what I'm going to achieve. You already did it. You're just admiring it through your vision. And when you start writing it down, all of a sudden you're crafting your future. You know where to point your ship. Listen, with technology, we have more technology in our pockets than Bill Clinton had running the country. That wasn't that long ago. So it's really easy to get busy. It's really easy to be overwhelmed. So you have to have vision and clarity so you can start saying no to all the crap that doesn't serve you. So if I can encourage you to do anything, is in 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, somebody catches you in an elevator and says, hey, what's up with you? Where are you going? You could tell them in 2 sentences where your life is going, and then start saying no to all the stuff that doesn't serve you. Number 2, Protect your confidence. We've been talking a lot about that in indirect ways over the last day and a half so far. But let me just ask you, has anyone in this room ever closed the deal, got the girl, got the guy, had a great day when your confidence is down? When you feel your confidence is down, you feel that it's okay to play small, that you'll put off till tomorrow what you could have been doing today. You won't ask for the raise. You won't ask the partner for the money. You won't register the URL. You won't make the sales call. So what we have to do is everything in our power to protect our confidence. If the news, like I said earlier, dings your confidence, then don't watch the news anymore. If talking to your buddy Joey robs your confidence, and you got to find a way around that. Dan Sullivan, I quote him a lot because I've given him a lot of money. He's one of the smartest entrepreneur trainers on the planet. He said, you pay me $25,000 a year to do two things. To let you figure out what your unique ability is and only work on that and pay people to do everything else. And number two is to protect your confidence. An entrepreneur without confidence dies. So figure out in your life. He also said that his best client is a slow learner with deep pockets. I've been with him for 10 years. What does that say? I'm his ideal client. But right now, in your journal, in your thoughts, what can you do today, this week, this month to protect your confidence? What robs it? Because I don't think confidence is something that's on a 1 to 100 scale. It's the top 5%. I've never done anything amazing when my confidence was at 95%. But how about those days when you feel invincible? When if there's a sales call or you got to chat with someone or close a deal, you know you're closing it. When you're going to go home with your kids, you got to deal with something, you know you're going to handle it. Me, if I'm on stage and I'm pure living in confidence, man, it just flows. I don't need to think, I just do. But if it's off a little bit, I'm like, oh, what should I say? Was that right? You question everything. So how do you protect your confidence? Find the things that take away your confidence and don't do those anymore. And then search out the things that build your confidence, and guess what? Do more of that. As simple as this sounds, I'm trying to tie everything back we do. It's kind of binary thinking. Does this build my confidence or strip my confidence? If it strips my confidence, it's on my not to-do list. If it builds my confidence, do more of it. Access to the latest trends, breakthroughs, technology, automation. Here's what I know, is the world is changing pretty damn fast, isn't it? And there's a lot of incredible technology out there that does nothing but overwhelm us, and at the end of the day really doesn't help us. That's just a fact. The new app, the new thing, every time you meet somebody, especially if they're into gadgets, they're like, oh, you should be using this XYZ thing, or you're on this new app or this new social media platform, or if you're in real estate, you should be using this. And then, can it get overwhelming? If you try to run an ad on Facebook, it's like, what's the subject line? And then is there a lot of people out there? And how much do I spend? And where it goes? All of a sudden, just the overwhelm is crazy. But when you have the opportunity to get access to the latest trends, do you know what's working? Don't spin your wheels on stuff that doesn't have proven results. That's the best thing I can share. If you have a dear friend using a certain organization thing that has completely transformed their life, they look different, they act different, they're more efficient, then take that and use it. But when you have that friend going, oh, I'm using this new so-and-so, and you go, well, how's it working for you? I don't know, I just started it this week. And next week, they're just going to be starting something else. And the week after that, they're just going to be starting something else. You want access to the latest and greatest that's actually working and can be implemented in your life. Does that make sense? Yep. Can you say yep? Yep. Number 4, Joe talked about this a lot too, is learn from those that are playing the game at the highest level possible. If we start thinking, well, let me ask a friend. Let me ask this person that did a couple deals. Let me ask the person I know that did a deal and failed. No, they only know how to do it wrong. When you want to know something, when you want to have mastery in something, seek out those playing the game at the highest level possible and do what they do. The old way to learn was through your own trial and error. That's like so 90s. Don't learn from your own mistakes. Learn from other people's mistakes and trials and errors. And then, know why the hell you're doing it. Yesterday morning, I talked about your why. And I shared a little bit of mine. But I'm not sure on an emotional level anything has ever given me so much drive, so much power. Like people ask me, how do you stay so energetic? How do you keep going? How do you run? How do you go 100 miles an hour? I know what it is because it's my why. When I think things are overwhelming, when I'm having a tough day, I resort still back to my why, that I never want to go backwards, that I want my kids to have choices, and I want to be in control of my life. That's why hashtag I took control is on everybody's shirts up front. They're in our high-level masterminds. It's why it's the hashtag we use, because that, to me, and I don't mean a control freak, I mean more of I just want to make the choices I want to make when I want to make it. I don't want to have to answer to anybody. I have a hard time answering to anybody. I had a hard time in school. I don't know, it's not a problem with authority. I never got in trouble. I like to do things my way. I like to be counterintuitive, just completely different than what other people do. Not because I'm trying to be rebellious. I want to do it the way I want to do it. I want to raise my kids the way I want to raise them. I want to live the way I want to dress the way I want. And when I have that, it's when I feel safe. It's when I feel certain in my life, whether that's your goals or not. So here's what I'd love to do. Can everybody stand up? Let's stand up. Can we play a little music? Okay, here's what we're going to think about right now. Here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about if you could boil your why to one word. I want you to start thinking right now. And here's some examples. Is your one word, could it be freedom? Could it be control? Could it be love? Could it be money? How about confidence or maybe peace in your life? Can you guys boil down? Can you say, yup? Can you boil down your why to one word? Yep. All right, crank up that music so everybody feels embarrassed. Here's what I want you to do. On the count of 3, I want you to scream as loud as you can your one word why. Can we do that? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Control! All right, on the count of 3, let's do it again. Let's be a little louder. 1, 2, 3, control! All right, we might as well move a little. Crank that music up. You want to move a little bit? Shake it out. Is there it's a pause before some good music, right? It's the wrong song. I was totally off on the beat. Let's do it one more time. One more time. We're waiting for the music to go. On a count of 3. Share your big why. 1, 2, 3, why? Control! All right, you can crank that down. Guys, you could sit. I spend the time on the why because this is, again, fun, anchoring it in, but it really is that important. It really is the foundation. It really is. I want to just get a screenshot here of all of it. When I look back, throw that screen up, please. When I look back at the 5 things that have allowed me to get through anything, it's these. It's vision and clarity. Protect your confidence. Get access to the latest trends and breakthroughs and learn from those achieving at the highest level possible. And know your why so when the shit hits the fan and goes sideways, you have the momentum to get through it. So what's the one thing that gave me my biggest growth while simultaneously giving me the 5 musts to start or scale all in one place? The one thing that I equate at least $100 million to, and it's being a part of groups and masterminds.
What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.